we're tracking as well is that while the Indian consumer is still coming to terms with the very high tomato prices, I know they've come off a bit, but still quite elevated. There's now buzz that actually we might be seeing a little bit of a rise in onion prices as well. So, this is something that we have been talking about, and farmers are, of course, protesting against this as well in Nasik. So, we have Santia Gora who reports that farmers are saying that such an action would be premature, that an export duty could really hurt them as well. So, check out what she's reporting from Nasik on this.
इतना नुकसान हो जाएगा तो इसको खरीदेगा कौन? हम लोग क्या करेंगे? छोटे छोटे बच्चे हैं हमारे पास। शेतकरी सिर्फ ये वादे में रहे थे, उम्मीद लगा के बैठते आणि आगे कुछ नहीं होता।
100% से 80-90 टक्का तो खराबी हो गए।
हमने जो पैसे लगाए थे उसका भी हमको उसके ऊपर भी 1 रुपया भी ज्यादा नहीं मिला। ऐसे ही हमारे खेती में कांदे खराब हो गए।
इसमें आपने सामने देख रहा है क्या करने वाला है, किसान क्या करने वाला है।
For 72-year-old Vishwanath Bodke from Shimpi-Tankli village of Maharashtra's Nashik district, the next few months don't hold much promise. His onion crop was largely destroyed by unseasonal rains, and subsequent heavy rainfall and recent hailstorms have meant that any crop he managed to salvage has started rotting earlier than usual. Farmers like Bodke were hoping the rise in onion prices would offer some support. Since the last week of July, wholesale onion prices in mandis in Maharashtra improved from 14 to 17 rupees per kilogram to around 18 to 22 rupees per kilogram, mainly due to a demand-supply mismatch. But this rise has not helped much because it's still not enough to offset the cost of the destroyed portion of their crop.
हमारा 100 क्विंटल कांदे था, 100 क्विंटल में अच्छा कांदा कितना निकला है? 10 क्विंटल। मैंने कितनी 90% कांदा खराब हो गया है। ऐसा मेरा सरीका 150 खेती का किसानों लोगों का है। बहुत फेंक दिया है, उधर फेंका है। अभी ये मैं साधन नहीं था, इधर फेंक दिया, तो बाजू लोगों ने बाजू में फेंक दिया है। तो बहुत परेशानी बेकार हो गए। ये सरकार का क्या चालू है? तो शहरी लोगों को खुश रखने का, देहाती लोगों को मारने का।
The government, however, is worried rising onion prices will pinch consumers, especially since tomato prices have already crossed 200 rupees a kilo in many pockets. Keeping multiple price forecasts in mind, the government has decided to release 3 lakh tons of rabi onions into the market. The government claims this will help keep onion prices in check and will bring relief to people who are still paying huge amounts for tomatoes. But the farmers say the government is acting in haste. Maharashtra produces 43% of India's onions, and a large portion of this crop was destroyed. What was salvaged has also begun rotting earlier than usual, with even traders having access to modern storage facilities saying they are struggling to prolong shelf life. Experts claim that 15 to 20% of rabi onions that was in storage has already rotted away, and peg losses from this at around 500 crore rupees. In this scenario, farmers argue that government action to depress prices will only result in higher losses for them.
इसे तो प्राइस राइज नहीं बोल सकते, प्राइस करेक्शन भी, वो भी थोड़ा करेक्शन ऐसा बोल सकते हैं। गवर्नमेंट, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट जो नफेड और एनसीसीएफ का प्याज है, ये प्याज मार्केट में अभी अगस्त में उतरने का जो टाइम है वो गलत टाइम है। सरकार के इस जो रवैये से किसान में बहुत गुस्सा है।
But some say this preemptive action is needed.
If that's a very tight rope for the government to walk between the benefit for the farmers as well as for the consumers. It's really painful and unfortunate for the farmers, but to ensure that the retail consumers don't feel the heat, the government had to intervene in the market, because if traders would purchase it at a higher price, then the higher prices would only reflect in the retail market.
For now, Maharashtra's onion farmers are reconciling themselves to further financial losses, especially because they are still waiting for the compensation promised to them by the state government in March. In Nashik, Santia Gora.
All right, and government's efforts to really contain the onion prices from spiraling out of control, well, that move by the government has been protested by the farmers in Nasik. And they're against its decision to impose 40% duty on the exports of onions, claiming that this would also lead to huge losses for them. So, Pavitra, looks like a catch-22 in this condition. And tastemakers, both onion as well as tomatoes, both of them becoming very expensive.
Oh, absolutely. And we're going to keep tracking all of the details on this story and bringing you regular updates. But for now, we do need to get into a short break. There's lots more news and updates that we're tracking in just a bit, so stay with us.